Hello Virgos, this is Tarot Queen Jamila. I'm here to do your March, April love and money forecast. So welcome to the channel. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button. And if you are interested in a private reading, the link to my website is in the video description box. Alright, I am running a special right now. My 30-minute readings are $25. So I also do provide spell work and other spiritual services and spiritual counseling. Alright, so I'm going to be using the Cosmic Tarot deck. I really do like it. I hope that you guys like it. This reading may not resonate for all of you Virgos. If it doesn't, then you can let me get a private reading or either check your rising sign. Alright, so I'm just going to call for the spirits for the Virgos for the remaining of the month of March. I want to look at Virgo's love life. Alright, love and money energies. Alright, so, and then also April. So I'll look at April as, just give me a card to represent each. So I'll look at week 1, 2, 3, and 4 of April. Alright, I'm going to cut and let's see what we have here. Interesting. Alright, so Virgo, what you got right now is the Three of Pentacles. I do feel like it is sort of a triangle. Financially, I feel like this is money manifestation. So I feel like there are, I can see you at work right now. Like you're building something. This is when you're building something and you're wanting to manifest. It's still a very good card, very positive. It is a representation of sort of the energies now, and it also represents the energies of the third week of March. Okay, so I'm just gonna throw a clarifier. Spirits, any advice, clarification? What else are you seeing for the third week of March? Alright, so you got Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords does represent possibly your partner. This could be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. I kind of feel as though the Queen of Swords could represent maybe someone, maybe someone that you work with possibly. Okay, the Hanged Man is shortly behind it. So I don't feel like this is the best of relationships. And so I kind of feel like going into the last week of March, you got Temperance. So I get the sense that there's some sort of your first of all, your job is just taking over. Okay, so you need to moderate. I feel like you're working long hours. I feel like you are just working a lot. So that's number one. I do feel like it's affecting your relationship. I do feel like you're sacrificing your relationship. So I feel like the Queen of Swords does represent the energy from your partner, which your partner is sort of saying to you, hey, there's something up here, this Hanged Man. So, excuse me. Spirits, give me clarity on the Hanged Man. What advice would you offer? What is Virgo seeming? What does Virgo need to see with this Hanged Man? So Queen of Swords does represent an energy of needing clarity also. So Queen of Swords is there to help you see something. Now the Seven of Cups did try to turn over, and I think that was your card, but Sometimes I don't catch it. See if it comes back. Okay. So 9 of Pentacles. I feel like if you're in a relationship, okay, I feel like you're possibly buying a home or doing home improvement. But I feel as though there's this hesitation with the Hanged Man card. So I feel like you're trying to make things comfortable in your relationship. I feel like things are a little off balance, though. I really do. It really is. And I think it's because of a third party. Going into the last week of March, you got Temperance. All right, so this is about patience. It's also about balancing. And it's also about peace and harmony. So I do see your relationship, you know, just being in a really peaceful, calm place. However, I am going to clarify, or just, because I feel like there is a certain amount of, I feel like spirits are also saying that you need to possibly moderate something or balance it. And I do feel like it's work and home. So yeah. Okay, so the 2 of Wands. So this is happening on both sides. Virgo, I do feel like you are with someone that is equally as, you know, just successful, has the same energy. I feel like you're in a relationship with your twin flame. If you are single, and you haven't met your twin flame, I feel like last week of March, this person is going to present themselves to you. Okay, the last week. Okay, the Prince of Swords. So I do feel like this person could be an air sign energy. The King of Cups comes up shortly after, so it's not clear to me yet. All right, 10 of Swords. Okay, so if you are currently in a relationship with a Virgo, the last week of March, you're going to have, feel like the relationship is going to be going really good, but I feel like this Prince of Swords is a messenger. They're going to come to you with a message about a water sign, and I feel like whatever it is going to be very hurtful, Virgo. Okay, so this Prince of Swords, whoever this is, this person is sort of in opposition. You know, kind of feels as though you should listen to them and what they have to say. It is going to be some conversation about probably some controversial conversation around the King of Cups, which is probably your current significant other, possibly. That would be a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer individual. So I feel like it's definitely going to cause some feelings that aren't good. And with the 10 of Swords, to say the least, I think that this is where you're going to reach an end of a negative cycle. With someone, possibly. I feel like the conversation is going to be surrounding an air sign, but then a King of Cups. So I'm going to clarify exactly what is up with this King of Cups. Spirits, give me guidance on whoever this King of Cups is, because there's clearly going to be conversation about this person, or either controversy, Virgo. Okay. The 7 of Pentacles. So the 7 of Pentacles represents waiting. I feel like this is some sort of waiting period. You do get the 8 of Pentacles as your last card to represent the so I feel like this is something. First of all, with your finances, okay? Well, let's go back to the love of the whoever you're. Let's do that first, and then I'll talk to you about the finances. because that'll be real quick. I feel like the Seven of Pentacles, to clarify King of Cups, represents a person that is either trying to help something come into fruition financially for you. The Seven of Pentacles does represent financially, there's projects or whatever, or something you've been working on. It does represent, wanting these things to come into fruition, or these things are coming into fruition, but I feel like the Ten of Swords, like something about this Prince of Swords, like what are they gonna, spirits, tell me what exactly are they gonna tell Virgo about the King of Cups? Okay, the Queen of Cups. Interesting. So they're going to tell you about another person. They're going to tell you that person they're going to tell you something about that person romantically. I feel like it has something to do with romantic partnership. They're going to tell you about someone else that's another water sign. And I feel like it's going to cause some issues. Okay, it's going to be some negativity. So that's really interesting. I'll ask Spirit, what advice? Spirits, what advice do you want to offer Virgo about the King of Cups? Okay, the Three of Wands. Feel as though this person sort of maybe has a crush on your partner, and they kind of want to, sort of come in the middle and, have some sort of benefit off of the relationship. So I'm going to pick up some of these cards but I'll leave some of them. I'll leave that. So definitely a twin flame. Definitely some sort of crossroads also with the Two of Wands. Or some sort of decision. It's still a decision, but I feel like it's a decision based upon, what is going to be my best. It's based upon survival. Some sort of primal instinct when it comes to Two of Wands. Now, going into April, you have two court cards that show up. The King of Swords. So I feel like this is where you're going to gain clarity. I feel like going into the 1st of April, you're going to gain clarity. Feel like the King of Swords does represent a person, air sign person, possible Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. They're going to say something to somebody about your finances. I feel like this represents some sort of perception. And I feel like about the 3rd week of April. Spirit, give me clarity on King of Swords. So I'm seeing some sort of situation that's happening involving the finances, Virgo. And I just want Spirit to clarify more about King of Swords, and then also clarify more about the 1st week of April 2017. Okay, first of all, Justice, and then Two of Swords. So there's a lot of clarity, but then there's also... Justice represents karma. Justice represents somebody that feels that you owe them something. I do feel as though this is possible ex-lover, this air sign. This may point to a court date that you may have. Now, the Two of Swords coming up again does represent a crossroads. I do feel like this, again, going back to that Queen of Swords that I laid out, I kind of feel as though you are dealing with a possible air sign individual that you are either friends with, or maybe it could even be a family member, somebody that you just kind of, have an involvement with. So this person does feel as though, you owe them some sort of fairness. Maybe there's some sort of unfinished business. That's what sometimes justice can mean. Two of Swords represents a crossroads, I believe, but I'm going to ask spirits to give me advice. Also, Two of Swords represents Virgo making their own conscious decisions, Making a conscious decision is different from making a decision based upon your subconscious thoughts or subconscious, fears or whatever. Spirits, give me clarity on Two of Swords. Now, it's good to have a conscience because it makes you think and take care. Okay, this Three of Wands comes back up. Feel like spirits is saying that you have like an energy in you that can build you up. This is about manifesting. So the Three of Wands represents you putting out the energy of manifestation. This is possibly like a ritual or something to obtain money, maybe prosperity, maybe peace, maybe maybe courage also, maybe strength, or maybe just energy. So it's a conjuring of energy. It does represent growth, and I do see that growth going into the second week with the Prince of Pentacles. So this card could represent you, Virgo. It could represent also a new person that's going to come into your life. I do feel like on some level this King of Swords is going to, possibly maybe maybe it's a court date or possibly some sort of negotiation, mediation. I feel like the outcome card with the Three of Wands is really reassuring. Now, this Prince of Pentacles coming up around the second week again represents, could be a new lover, either a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Spirits, give me clarity on Prince of Pentacles, please. All right, Ace of Cups. So this is either new love, or either this represents someone that you're with. Could represent your partner of any zodiac sign, just kind of being there for you financially. And then also Prince of Pentacles is someone sort of trying to holler at you or whatever, or talk to you or be romantic with you, but it's also somebody that is very grounding. So Ace of Cups comes up, Virgo, and I feel like this is a new beginning, either with a new partner or either your current existing partner. So this could also represent some sort of fertility. Now the Nine of Swords comes up, so I feel as though this is where, goodness gracious, you just can't seem to get away from it, huh? You are also dealing with the Angel of Destiny whenever the Two of Swords comes up. So I feel as though if you are, especially if you're single, Virgo, you're definitely going to manifest somebody. And it also seems as though this person seems to kind of be at your beck and call. Um, this Nine of Swords coming up lets me know that you may be dealing with some fears, some anxiety. I think it's fear of relationships. It's funny how you would get this Nine of Swords. So I feel like for a majority of Virgos or whoever this reading is for, you immediately get scared of a relationship. Immediately, it's this fear. Um, Spirits, what is this fear that Virgo is experiencing? What are you seeing in the second week? What is the fear based about? Okay, Four of Wands. So you've got fear of commitment, fears surrounding possibly marriage and commitment is what I'm seeing. Those fears are about the Princess of Cups. So yeah, you have fear around emotions. And fear surrounding whoever this Princess of Cups is. So this could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Now for some of you Virgos, I feel as though the Ace of Cups, the second week of April, represents a new beginning with a possible water sign. I feel like the Nine of Swords comes up because spirits want you to possibly not fear this person if you do meet them, or or if you're thinking about having a new beginning with them. The World is after that. Well, that's wonderful. This is balance and harmony, and also completion and closure on something. So you're getting closure on something, which is really good because of your Justice card. So this also could mean that you're going to do some traveling the second week. Or maybe, it could point to things just opening up in the second week. Now, I don't think that they're going to manifest until around the end, possibly, especially if it has something to do with finances. The World card also represents financially for you Virgos that there's going to be a water sign individual that you're going to possibly maybe get into some sort of partnership with. Or maybe possibly do some traveling. Okay, you got Judgment next. So I do feel like this is someone from the past. I feel like Spirit is saying that you need to use, maybe not judge too quickly, or just use good judgment. Spirits, give me clarity on the past. It's something on the past, possibly about either yourself or maybe even this person that you need to look at. Spirits, give me clarity on what is judgment. What do you want Virgo to use better judgment on? The High Priestess. So this is, I'm going to tell you, the High Priestess is usually someone that you really, really want really bad. Like the attraction is, but this person has a lot of deep intuition, speaks a lot of truth. You can see the throat chakra, very honest. So that's why that light is in the throat chakra. This is why people go to the High Priestess. They sort of depend on that person for their insight and guidance. And the Ten of Wands was shortly after that. So Ten of Wands represents definitely you probably need to not put your relationship, you know, it's like you're putting your job before your relationship. So, and it does cause a burden in your relationships. So, if you want a private reading or counseling about that, you can come to me. My link to the website is in the video description box. So going into the third week, you got the Five of Wands. So this is some sort of competition. Something happening to where it could be jealousy. It could be some sort of fighting. So this could be either in or out. I'm going to clarify. It's usually somebody competing. Spirits, give me clarity on the third week for the Five of Wands, and what judgment and advice would you offer? Okay, the Fool and Prince of Wands. So what Spirit is saying is this inner conflict that has something to do with identity. Sometimes your significant other possibly could it's sort of a vulnerable feeling. It's really a vulnerable feeling. With the Fool card coming up next to the Five of Wands. Feel like you have a hard time. I feel like it creates arguments, or maybe feel like the third week, and this is gonna coincidentally be around the full moon. So, you know, just to let you know that it seems like what it is with the Fool card represents a trust issue that needs to be addressed, which is leading to the arguments and competition. Some sort of trust, possibly trust of cheating. You're afraid of cheating. Prince of Wands represents possible fire sign person that could be sort of causing the issue. Maybe Leo, either a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Okay, so also represents you and your growth. I feel with that Five of Wands coming up, I feel like the Prince of Wands represents you know, personal growth. You know, just growth as far as related to your root chakra, and also related to your ability to survive and to earn money. So I also feel like the Prince of Wands represents, you know, sort of your energy of taking charge of self, and or taking charge of your survival. The last week you do have the Eight of Pentacles, so that is a really good card to get. Definitely represents work or working, or some sort of apprenticeship or growth. Represents potential. So some of you that may meet a new person, you may see the potential in that person. I do kind of see, possibly with the Eight of Pentacles, definitely somebody maybe, up a card turned over, the Two of Pentacles. So this represents kind of like trying to balance out you know, two energies, trying to make it work, you know, as far as balancing home and balancing career. Okay, and then also the Two of Pentacles represents possible fluctuations. I feel like when you're up and down, it affects you financially, especially if you're working in any kind of sales or high pressure sales. Spirits, give me clarity on Two of Pentacles, the Star card. So you're going to get clarity, illumination, possible recognition at work. A lot of people asking for your advice, asking for your help. But I also feel like the Star card represents hope, renewal, clarity, healing. So I feel like there's definitely going to be a lot of Virgos that are going to heal from something, namely involving maybe possibly injury either to the foot, legs, or either back, some sort of injury, or maybe even possibly pain. The Star card also represents for your love portion of your reading. If you're in a relationship, this represents really looking up to your partner and really having a lot of hope and a lot of clarity with that person and just being very happy. If you're single, it represents maybe possibly meeting someone at work. Okay, maybe you're gonna acquire a job sometime in April. Or maybe you're gonna start the end of March. So if you're single, I feel like this represents some sort of new beginning. Maybe you met somebody at work. And it looks like you really look up to and admire this person. Just in general for the finances with the Star card, what I would read from this is about giving yourself time to heal and recover and gain clarity and stuff. Also, I feel like this is representative of your third eye energy. But I think the Star is a fire element card. If you notice she's blue, I feel like with the Star card, she's imagining her whole body is blue. Sometimes when I meditate, I do that. So I really do like this card, okay? So there may be something that you need to do to try to cleanse your spiritual auric field. Okay, because this right here, if you are a business owner or whatever, or somebody that's an entrepreneur, up and down is not the best thing. Sort of juggling and having like a fluctuation. Okay. So I feel like you're going to gain some clarity on that. And also Two of Pentacles can represent the need to not work so much, possibly. Okay, and give yourself a break. Maybe possibly give yourself a vacation or some time away from the job. Also, the Star can represent, as far as to close out the love reading and to close out the reading, it really means that you either you or your partner really looks up and admires each other. So that's a really good card to get, okay? If you want a private reading, you can go to the link in the video description box below. Thank you so much for watching. Again, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later. Namaste.